What's up, witches? I'm Allie the Bronx Witch, and if this is your first time on my channel, I talk about Wicca, the religion, witchcraft, the practice, and I do weekly tarot readings. And this video is the next video in my series called Celebrating the Esbats, and I'm going to be talking a little bit about the April full moon. So just to recap, in case you haven't seen any of my previous videos, an Esbat is a celebration held by witches, and Wiccans in particular, to celebrate divine feminine energy. And they're usually held at some point during the month that corresponds with a moon phase and that isn't a Sabbat. Esbats can be celebrated at any time during the month, but typically they're held on either the full moon or the new moon. Anyone can celebrate an Esbat, whether you're solitary or as a part of a coven, and witches celebrate their Esbats in different ways. Some use it as a time to focus inward, to focus on divine feminine energy, to study, to prepare their spell work for the rest of the month, or in the case of a coven, to handle coven business and hold coven meetings. Others like to use the Esbat as an opportunity to actually perform ritual or to cast spells because they want to utilize that heightened feminine energy in the atmosphere to assist them with their magical working. However you decide to celebrate your Esbat is entirely up to you, but know that it is typically considered a time to focus in on divine feminine energy. So whether you're a man, woman, something in between, or something else entirely, this is a really good time to tap into feminine energy and work with elements in the natural world that have feminine energy, or work with feminine spiritual beings like ancestors, spiritual guides, and goddesses. The word April comes from the Greek goddess Aphrodite. Her Roman counterpart is Venus. And in both manifestations, she's known for love, beauty, sensuality, and romance, fertility, growth, and the beauty of flowers. The Romans called this month Aprilis, and leaves, flowers, and floral plant life would have been an important feature in any of the celebrations that they held this month. The full moon in April is known as the pink moon, the hare moon, the seed moon, the planting moon, the planter's moon, and many other names. And this year it falls on April 7th, which is a Tuesday, at 10:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Excitingly, the full moon this year is one of two supermoons that we have in 2020. So that means that the moon is going to be much closer to Earth in our hemisphere than usual. And so it should be really large and prominent in the sky. So if you get a chance to go outside, hopefully it's clear where you are and you can see this gorgeous supermoon. This year's full moon falls in the sign of Libra. And Libra is ruled by Venus. So this is an energy that is all about beautification and comfort and the pleasantries of our environment. So many of us right now are stuck at home due to the pandemic that is, raging through the world at the moment. But this is a really good time to focus in on the ways in which you can make your environment and your space as comfortable and as beautiful as possible. Libra is also all about the energy of beauty and comfort in our partnerships, particularly our romantic partnerships and domestic relationships. So it's a great time to work on relationships with your most intimate family members or significant others, to enjoy each other's time, or if things are maybe not so great, to work on smoothing out those relationships. The new moon this month falls on Wednesday, April 22nd at 10:26 p.m. and it will be in the sign of Taurus. And interestingly, Taurus is also ruled by Venus. So the entire month of April is all about beauty and taking pleasure and comfort in our surroundings. But Taurus is an earth sign. So this is about the beautification of our earth. And interestingly, it happens to fall on Earth Day this year, which is also April 22nd. So after you spend time thinking about the beautification and the comfort of your home and your relationships, towards the end of the month, around the new moon, if you're looking for things that you can do to celebrate the new moon, definitely consider doing something to help beautify your community and the earth at large. So whether that's participating in my monthly challenge, the BronxWitch Challenge, where we pick something new to change about our habits to help improve the environment, whether you plant a tree, donate money to a wildlife organization, or just in some way clean up your neighborhood, anything that you can do that focuses on the beautification of the earth and Mother Nature is just a perfect way to celebrate an Esbat around this month's new moon. So let's talk about the April full moon correspondences that you might want to incorporate into any rituals or activities that you are planning to do to celebrate the divine feminine energy this month. So for that, of course, I have to go to my book. So if you're interested in working with nature spirits, the plant fairies are where you would want to go this month. April in general is a great month to get in touch with the fae, the fairy people, and to honor them, give thanks to them, or work with them in some manner. A great way to do that is to leave out fresh flowers or to plant fresh flowers in your garden if you have one, because they love flowers and plant life. Herbs that you might want to work with include basil, chives, and dragon's blood. The colors of this month are crimson, red, and gold. If you're working with essential oils or scents, pine, bay, patchouli, and bergamot are all good choices. And ruby and garnet are great stones. So we're definitely working with that red color element. If you're working with animal energy, you might want to work with the bear, the wolf, or the hawk. And deities that you might want to work with include Aphrodite/Venus, of course, Kali, Hathor, Ishtar, and Bast. And if you're looking for ideas of rituals to cast or things to focus on magically, anything having to do with creation or production are great choices. Remember, for the first half of the month, we're still in the zodiac sign of Aries. So this is definitely a time of taking action and getting things done. It's a great time to manifest and strive to bring things into fruition. It's also a good time to work on anything having to do with restoring balance. So whether you're talking about channeling that Libra energy to restore balance in the relationships that you have with others, or tapping into Taurus energy and focusing in on restoring balance to the earth, anything kind of related to that is going to be served well this month. It's also a good time to work on your own self-esteem, self-confidence, and if you have issues with anger or with your temper, this is a good time to do some personal shadow work and get to the bottom of why that is and try to work on that. Focusing on beauty and seeing the beauty in the things around us right now can be very difficult for a lot of us. Our world is going through some really dramatic changes, and some of those things are really negatively impacting people. Physically in the real world when it comes to illness, but also psychically, as a lot of us have anxiety and are having a hard time dealing with the stress and the worry that comes from what's happening right now. So spending time working on the beautification of the space around you could really be helpful, because we're definitely impacted by our environment. And so if there's chaos and clutter and you're just generally not happy in your space, especially if you're forced to stay in your space for extended periods of time because of quarantine or anything else, that can really just add to your sense of agitation. So if you're able to take the time to clean up and beautify your space, Not only is it going to help you physically, but emotionally and spiritually, it will help you feel more at ease, more calm, and more positive in general. Not to mention, when we clean or reorganize our space, it gives us a sense of control over our environment. And right now, with so much being out of our control, that could be a really grounding and powerful feeling for you to experience if you just feel like, helpless, or you feel like you can't control any of the things that are going on around you. You can control yourself, and you can control, to some extent, your space. So by cleaning up your space, reorganizing your furniture, decorating your room or your apartment or your home could really restore a sense of control that could be really calming and beneficial to you right now. And you can call on divine feminine energy, particularly deities like Aphrodite or Venus, to help you with that and to help lend their energy to any of your attempts to either beautify your home or your space, or to work on improving the state of the relationships you have with the people who are closest to you and with whom you spend the most amount of time. Many of us find ourselves in the house with our animals as well. Bast is a goddess that would be celebrated at this time. And so if you can do something special for your pet friends, you can clean up their space, maybe get them a new bed to sleep on or a new water bowl. You could add decorations to their area or get them a new collar. Anything to beautify their space is a nice gesture to make at this time as well. And as you know, when our pets are happy, we're happy, and when we're happy, they're happy. And as if on cue, Eartha Kitty has shown up. I think she knew we were talking about cat goddesses. Say hi. Hi. And of course, any rituals or activities related to love are a great thing to do this month. Personally, I'm not super big on love spells, but I love self-love rituals. So I highly encourage you to indulge in a little self-love this month, whether on the full moon or the new moon. Taking a moment to really just love on yourself is a great idea. Personally, I'm really grateful for the energy work that I do, the readings that I provide for people, and the spiritual services that I provide for people have been helping to really keep my energy high during this time. So I've created a space for myself in my home that just feels really high vibrational, really positive. I'm really enjoying being at home every day. And I've created a little bit of a fortress of solitude. Not really solitude because my husband's here, but just a fortress of protection for us, where we have just been enjoying cooking and working on various projects and spending time together. And I want to continue that and share that with as many people as possible. I think if you are a high vibrational person, if you're the type of person that can see the positive in everything that's happening right now, if you feel really optimistic about the future and all of this pandemic stuff really isn't bringing you down, that's a blessing. And I think that if you can share that energy with others who are maybe struggling or feeling anxious or depressed or scared, that's a really great way to not only honor feminine energy, which is all about nurturing and caring for others, but it's also just a nice thing to do. So this year for my Esbat, I am going to be tuning into a community Reiki session that's being held online in order to help to share the high vibrational energy that I have with other people who could benefit from it. The Reiki session is being led by my sister in Reiki, Lupe. She is a student of my Shinpeden, but she's a level 3 apprentice. So she has been working, doing Reiki work for a really long time, and she's just a beautiful soul. And I'm really happy that she's doing this. So I'm looking forward to joining, and I encourage you to join as well. Whether you're a high vibrational person and you want to share your energy with others, or you find yourself struggling right now and you could really benefit from a big dose of high vibrational energy. Either way, I think it would be great for you to tune in on Tuesday during the full moon. So I will be linking down below in the description box more information for how you can join the online community Reiki session. And I just want to take a moment to thank each and every one of you just for tuning in to this video right now, for taking a moment to just do something that you were interested in or that you liked. And I encourage you to do that as much as possible during this time. It's not about being selfish, it's about taking care of self. And those are two very different things. And while we have the time, for those of us who are able to stay at home, it's a really good idea to do that. For those of you who can't stay at home, particularly those of you who are working to take care of us, people in the healthcare professions, those of you working for postal services and delivery services, all of those amazing things, grocery stores that are essentials that people need and that are keeping us all going right now. I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for all that you are doing. It's really incredible. It doesn't go unnoticed. And I know that I'm not the only person who's so grateful that you guys are continuing to go out there and do important work for the rest of us. And you're really, really special. The things that you're doing for the world are important. And I'm just really grateful for that. And I do hope and pray that each and every one of you gets a moment to take some time for yourself among all of the energy and amidst all of the chaos. So thank you for all of your service. Thank you to everyone who watched this video. If you found this video helpful or if you just liked it, please give me a thumbs up. If you have any comments or questions, just leave them for me down below. And of course, subscribe. Click on the bell button so you're notified every time a new video comes out. You can follow me on Instagram at BronxWitch, and I will see you in the next video. Blessed be.